Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm Bye Money. the only panda who streams live. Welcome to my stream, pandas. I'm glad that you can join us. Hey. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I hope you guys were able to reset that mental capital. Let's get it today. Let's get it. Hey, who cares? Who cares that the daily chart looks like this? Who cares? We do not care if this is a bubble or a crash. We're here to scalp the E-mini, and we're going to scalp this trend as much as we can today. Let's go, baby. Hey, let's find the best setups possible today, pandas. Hope everyone had a banger weekend. Glad that you guys can join us. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it is. Also, hey, make sure you scalp that like button. Good morning, pandas. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Batty, good morning. Brandon Jones, good morning from Florida. Beach Bum from North Carolina, good morning. Jeffrey Apple from, hey, make sure you guys drop a GM in the chat and give me a location. Say good morning to my fellow pandas here. I like to know the community here. Power Trader, good morning from LA. Coming and joining us bright and early. M. Bonnet, good morning from Minnesota. Bill Jesso, good morning from Canada. Canadians here. Rashid Asaf, good morning from Jersey. Default name, good morning. 0% voted for bull trend. Currently, it is at 5% at bull trend. That is the lowest I might have seen in a long time. Nightbot kindly reminding you guys that there's a free floating tick counter out there. There's also a free trial of the two-legged pullback indicator. And also, don't forget to scalp that like button and subscribe. Good morning, Phil W. Davini, good morning, my pandas, my fellow pandas. Daniel LaCroix, welcome back from Canada. Hey, consider becoming a panda. If you guys want to become pandas, you can hit that like button, or you can hit that join button and become pandas. Morning, pandas. Welcome. SW Blaze, welcome back from Chicago. Alex Gladkeek from Pennsylvania. Marcelino, good morning. Welcome back. Power Trader saying great video. Hey, if you guys haven't seen that video yet, this my weekend update. I believe if you haven't seen it yet, here is a link to the weekend update. Check it out. I might go over a little bit of it today while you guys are joining us. And whoo, boy, oh boy. I mean, if I saw, man, boy, oh boy. I don't know if you guys woke up and had a bunch of calls. But if you had a bunch of puts, hey, good job. Good job if you had a bunch of puts. If you saw the reversal that we saw on the stream, on the daily, then hopefully you guys were able to buy some puts. Good morning. Woo, boy. People were going crazy when I said I was going to go short here. 5 contracts, 10 points. Forget 10 points. I mean, we're talking about 100 points here, almost. 100 points from this low to right here. More than 100 points, actually. Everyone was so scared. Oh, how could you risk, 10 points here, 10 for 10. Hey, man, I should have done a 1 to 10. Risk 10 points, try to get 100 points. When I saw this magenta box on a daily, woo, I knew something was happening. Something is different. Something was different right here. Make sure you guys check out my weekend update. I had a feeling we're going to wake up to a gap down like this. Big old feeling. In fact, I think this is not going to end until we get way down to this horizontal line. I think this downtrend wants to come down here. If I saw this setup on the 2K chart, hey, I'm not looking for longs anymore, pandas. I'm looking for short entries. I'm trying to find a reasonable short entry two-legged pullbacks to the 20. I mean, this could be a 5-minute chart, 2,000 tick chart, doesn't matter. I will trade it the exact same way. But if I saw something like this, pandas, how juicy would that be? If we saw a two-legged pullback now, how juicy would that be? Strong bear bars currently. The thing is, on days like this, where before the market opens and we get a big push down, typically, not typically, but sometimes we end up having a long trading range for the entire day because the move is already done overnight in the Globix section. Like the move has already finished. Like that gap down. And so sometimes we might end up with a doji bar on the daily. Hey, we don't care. We're just going to scalp our setup. We're going to try to find the best setups possible. Pandas. I hope you guys saw my weekend update. I don't really do that often, but I thought because of the special the special circumstances surrounding this magenta box on the daily. Whoo boy. I mean that magenta box, you cannot write it any better than that. On my daily chart, I have 3 years worth of data. 3 years worth of data. I'm going to zoom out here so you can scan through it even quicker. We have a couple perfect scalps, which is insane to me that we would get perfect scalps on the daily. We do have a couple of them. Another one here. But no magenta boxes. Every single pullback, or every single two-legged pullback on the daily has created itself a nice point. At least a point. Like 1 point. I'm talking about 1 point here. 4 ticks. Until now. Until Friday. Friday was the first time this has ever happened in the last 3 years. Pandas. I mean, that could be the reversal. I mean, this happened at a very nice place too, right? Under the 20 MA. Bunch of breakout trends, right? New highs. Bunch of, right? This pattern here is a reversal pattern, major trend reversal. On a spiking channel, breaking below the channel now. Where do you expect to come? You expect to come to the bottom of the channel, test the bottom of the channel, test the original, right? Breakout plus the channel here. And once it hits here, I don't know what can happen. You know, we can create a big trading range, or we can have a genuine reversal here. I don't know, but in my mind, the most, it seems far away, but the most reasonable target is the bottom of the channel, and actually it's so close from the bottom of the channel right here, right, as you can see, just a channel, I just drew the channel here, right, the spike channel, come back to the bottom channel, but we have this gap here, so close to the bottom channel, I figure that the EMA just might just fill that gap. It may bounce off there, who knows, but the crazy thing is this is not infeasible. This is actually possible here. Now don't go buy, you know, don't put all your money on puts. Please do not do that. You know, trade at your own risk. This is just what I'm seeing, and if I saw that on a 2K chart, I'm just expecting, right? I'm trying to find now at this point, I'm trying to find second entry shorts. That's all I'm trying to find right now. I'm trying to find second entry shorts until otherwise. Until said otherwise. Check out the daily, the weekend update. I put the, I'll pin it on the top here. You guys can see that. Or actually, let me put a little. I'll pin this, guys. Put a little message there so people can see it, understand what's happening. But whoo, boy, oh boy, what had happened overnight? I mean, I was actually staring at the charts at this time, and I was a little confused, you know. By the way, I'm up 687 because I was looking at this chart and I started to scalp a little bit around here, around 12 a.m. Eastern time, and I thought there were a couple good scalps here. I mean, you have this scalp here, you have this scalp here, a couple good scalps along the way. I believe the way I traded this, so I mean, once I saw this, I mean, you have a couple things here, pandas, right? Like, if you saw this, you break up trend, new low, and then you saw this break above the 20 MA, and you saw this second entry short here, you're actually expecting a trap trade here. You're actually expecting to, a trap trade to go up. Rather, this actually just breaks down. I was not trying to get short here above the 20 MA like that, and was looking at this chart. I was looking at this chart because I was expecting a big move on the Globex session. But I wish this didn't happen like this. I wish it didn't come above the 20 MA because I would definitely have some sort of runner here. I would look for 10 points here if I could have. But because we broke above the 20 MA, I was very hesitant to go short here. And look at this. 0 pullbacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 17 out of 18 bars are bear bars. 17 out of 18 bars are bear bars. And the one bull bar is a small, teeny bull bar, small pullback. Absolutely incredible. What you're expecting, measure move. When you see a big breakdown like this, you're expecting measure move. And some people might expect a measure move from here. Didn't happen. It actually happened. One more push up. Finally, after this pullback here, right, failed to break above the 20 MA. The trading range indicator also showing us trading range, failing to break above the trading range on the trading range indicator. Guess where we go? We go to the measure move, and that happened like 5 a.m. But then guess what happens when we touch the measure move? We bounce off of it. Bounce off of it pretty strongly, actually. But even bouncing off of it, like, we would have trend lines like this. We have break of trend here, below the 20 MA still, and now finally completely disrespecting that measure move. And when measure moves are look at where we are at. We're coming right back to the measure move. When measure moves are disrespected like this, typically there's a lot more room to go down. So even though this is going up like this currently, I would not trust this uptrend at all. I would not trust this uptrend, to be honest. It's a nice move up. On the 10K chart, simply two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA. I believe this is the first two-legged pullback. And so we do have a spike in channel on the 10K chart. Spike. It's a 10K chart. Spike, and then channeling. Very tight channel. Small pullback bear trend, that's what we would call that. And it's just a two-legged pullback. Right? We even have the trading range indicator marking the top of the trading range here. Simply a two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. It looks very strong. On the 2K chart, thinking, okay, this is it. This is the big reversal. We're going to go up forever. But don't forget the higher time frame here. The 10K chart is showing us just a simple two-legged pullback. Back 20 MA. I mean, we can mark it here. Two-legged pullback, right? This is how the 10K two-legged pullback looks like, right? I'm just marking a 2K chart, but this is how it looks like on the 10K, right? I transfixed the two-legged pullback from the 10K to the 2K, and this is what it currently looks like. 2 moves up, 2 pushes up. Coming back to the measure move, as you can see. That measure move oftentimes can act as support, which is what it did here. Broke below it, now can act as resistance. That's what we're looking for here, pandas. And it just happens to coincide, good confluence with the 20 EMA, top of the trading range on the 10K chart. If we get a decent signal bar on the 10K chart, I'm looking to go short unless we break above the 20 EMA. Then I'm not looking to go short. Hey, make sure you guys scalp that like button as you guys are joining. Let me know if the music's also at a good volume. We're hitting that measure move from below now. 10K chart, simple two-legged pullback back to the 20 MA. But pandas, I hope you do notice, right? We do have, it depends on how you want to draw your trend line. You can draw here. You can draw even here. We do have a break of trend, new low. And, I mean, I feel like we need to make, right, after this moving average gap, we need to make another low. Like, this, to me, is the first actual break of trend, right, because we broke above the 20 MA now. Right, strong enough to make a moving average gap. Pretty strong move. We do have a measure move here being made, and this measure move actually goes above, right, the measure move. It breaks above it. Looking at the 10K chart here, looking for a two-legged pullback on the 10K chart. See if we can get it here, pandas. All eyes on the 10K chart. Hopefully the signal bar is decent. 5-minute chart, I don't like to trade the 5-minute chart until 9:30 because of volume. I mean, the volume is actually decent over the Globex session. Very good, actually. That's not typical. On the 5-minute chart, since it's heavily volume dependent, we need it to have good volume, so we trade after 9:30. We'll start trading the 5-minute chart. But currently, bread and butter is a 2K chart. What we see here is break of trend. Looking for a new low now, pandas. Looking for a new low. Hey, by the way, Richard Harris is a friend, but he does make a lot of calls, and I know it could be distracting for some people. So what you can do is, if you don't want to see his messages, you can block him personally. And honestly, we had like a long discussion on the two-legged pullback Discord, and what to do with Richard. And it was like 50-50, but I think the conclusion is just block him if you don't want to see his messages. He's going to make these calls. They're not helpful in any way in terms of you trading. It's just helpful for him, I guess, to maybe just get it out there. But we like people making money on this channel, so people can make money. We are very happy for them. He just does not trade our strategy. He does not trade any particular strategy that we use on this channel. And so that's why I would, if he's distracting to you, go ahead and block him personally. And we're going to just see how that goes. To me, as long as Richard Harris doesn't distract people, I'm fine with him making his calls. I would preferably like him to make calls based on two-legged pullbacks, because that's what we're trading here. Otherwise, basically any other call might be distracting. You can give us levels, things like that. But other than that, he does trade a two-legged pullback sometimes, but not all the time. He does a lot of other stuff. We do have a two-legged pullback coming to the 20 EMA, right? First touch of the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. We do have a spike in channel. Sometimes the spike in channel will break and then come back to the top, right? Testing the channel. That's what happens often. But as long as we're below the 20 EMA like this, and no trap trade. If we do like a trap trade here, say this happens here. Say it does create the second entry, makes less than a point, and then reverses, then potentially maybe we can come back to the top. Right, come back to the channel here, top of the channel. Other than that, I'm just looking for a two-legged pullback. Strong downtrend. First touch, 20 EMA, 10K chart. Hitting that measure move. Breaking above it now. It's not acting as strong as a resistance as I thought it would, but we're breaking above it now. And make sure you scalp that like button. Hope everyone had an amazing, amazing weekend. For those who are just joining, I put a pinned message on the top on my weekend update, pretty much saying how we think this, or I think this, is the reversal, because we got that magenta box here, two-legged pullback. Why is it magenta box? I'm going to zoom in real close here because you can't see it otherwise, but this is actually incredible. Two-legged pullback. It actually goes like this, A, B, C. Right here, it triggers, you can see with the green one, dark green one down here, that this actually breaks above the previous candle's high after the two-legged pullback, and it only goes about 3 ticks. Doesn't even go 4 ticks. Doesn't go 5 ticks. It goes 3 ticks and then reverses, as you can see right here. Magenta box. Breaking below the previous candle's low, creating that trap trade, top of the channel, in a spike in channel formation. What we're looking for, a possible move back down to the bottom of the channel, to the 4,000, around the 4,000 mark. If you follow Al Brooks, he put a weekend update around the same time I did. I did not look at Al Brooks' update. I just saw it today. But if you go to Al Brooks' website, you can see he thinks the same thing. He's thinking, he actually is doing the exact same thing. He marked the exact same gap I marked here, saying that's a possible target here 12% correction, and he's basing his off the price action off the weekly charts, the weekly and monthly charts, and he believes there might be a 12% correction due in the market. And so he has the same level I marked independently of me. Like I marked mine independent of him, he marked his independent of me, and we saw the exact same thing. So Al Brooks, I'm not saying I'm as good as Al Brooks. I'm not saying that at all. But hey, sometimes I get lucky, I guess. Let's go, baby. Welcome to the stream, Pandas. Hey, make sure you guys fill out that poll. I'm going to end the poll here. We got 88 votes. Nice. Thank you for the participation, Pandas. Blood Tiger asked me, can I go over my trades? I will, but I am eyeing this two-legged pullback here. I'm going to attach this to the indicator. It's going to move. When this candle finishes, it's going to move automatically with the indicator. That's just so I don't have to worry about timing it. It'll time it for me perfectly. The moment the candle ticks, it's going to move. So I don't have to worry about timing it. It should time it perfectly for me. I'm looking for the two-legged pullback right here, Pandas. Looking for a nice scalp right after the morning. Let's see if we can get it. Two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. First touch here. Let's see if we can get it. You're thinking first pullback will be small on the 10K chart because you see how my order moved perfectly, right? As the diamond moves, right? I just attach it to this diamond. This is the super signal, the two-legged pullback indicator. It moves it. You can attach it to the indicator right there, and it moved it without me having to touch it. And so that's good. If you want to enter into second entry shorts that you know are about to come, you can attach it to the indicator and just boom, it'll move up for you automatically. Let's see if we get a nice scalp here, Pandas. It's a 6-point risk though, so we gotta go for 2 points here, Pandas. We have to go for 2 points, in my opinion. Risking 6 points, too much risk for 1 point here. I will go over my trades once I enter this trade. Once this, if this just disappears, like this keeps going up, I'm gonna get rid of it. But as of now, I'm gonna hold my order here, and I'm gonna look for a second entry here, second entry short. It's just a two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. I mean, it's on a strong downtrend. It's the first touch of the 20 EMA. In my opinion, this is a good trade, worth taking, and I'm gonna look for 2 points here, Pandas. If we get it, if it triggers, if it ever triggers. Just keeping my eye on it. Market's about to open in about 2 minutes though, Pandas. Keeping an eye on this one. Once I enter this trade, I'll go over my trades. But hey, for those who are just joining, I'm Buy Money. Oh, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. On this channel, we trade only one single instrument, the biggest, baddest, most liquidable market in the world, the E-mini futures. I like to trade this the most because the liquidity plus most of the bars on the time frames I use, on average, is enough to make a scalp here. We had the market opening in about 47 seconds. This is about to trigger my second entry short here. Typically don't like to enter into trades before market open because of volatility, but I'm in this trade. We're going to risk 6 points here to get 2 points, Pandas. We'll try to get 2 points here. Let's see if we get it. It's all good if we lose this, Pandas, because this is all part of the risk management, right? Like, if you can see a good setup, you got to take it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then that's it, right? That's just how we have to understand. We gotta be willing to lose this. Be willing to lose this. If you're not willing to lose the money, don't enter the trade. But if you are willing to lose it, then you know this is, if you see a good setup, you gotta enter it. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Easy peasy, easy money. I got 2 points right there. I already made my $500, almost over 1K already from my entire session, including the Globex. But that's just a simple two-legged pullback off, off the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. I mean, it's not magic. It's just strong downtrend. Basically get a two-legged pullback discount here. Now we're looking for a new low here. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. That's how easy it is. That's the thing, man. You just have to be willing to lose, right? Whatever you're willing to risk, you just have to be willing to lose it. And man, I could have made a lot more off of that. I could have gone to the bottom of the trading range, right? The 10K was showing trading. I could have came to the bottom trading range. I could have had a runner there. But for me, since I'm trading 5 contracts, I love the feeling of just getting 2 contracts or just 2 points, ending the day $500 a day. I mean, that is just one of the. I mean, I'm already done for today, right? I can close up shop and I can eat ice cream. That I'm already done for today, pandas. And that's the beauty about scalping, right? I'm already done. I'm already done for that. I'm already up $1,000. Like I don't have to trade anymore to feel like I need to make more money today. Like with one scalp, you can be done for an entire day. And that's it, right? That's a two-legged pullback right off the 20 EMA. It's as simple as that, pandas. Hey. By the way, pandas, we trade only one single setup here, two-legged pullback. Setup that looks like this, 2 pushes down, 2 pushes up. As you can see here, we have the two-legged pullback, good signal bar off of 20 EMA. And on the right context, isn't greater than 90% probability to make 1 point on the E-mini. If you'd like more details about the setup, go ahead and check out the description below. We also trade pure price action here, pandas. And so when we trade pure price action, we don't have any other indicators other than indicators that help us with price action. We have the 20 EMA, 240 SMA, and also a trading range indicator that marks trading ranges based off price action. And not only that, we have a indicator that automatically counts legs for us and identifies second entries. You can see, if you don't know how to use indicator, there is a tutorial on the official website www.twoleggedpullback.com. You can look at the tutorials, but just simply if you look to the right of the chart, you can see with a dark red or dark green number that this is a second entry. You can see once it actually triggers, then you see the dark red or dark green number go above or below the candles. That means it already triggers, right? So these are all second entries. That's a second entry, second entry, second entry, second entry. This is a second entry, right? Because we have a two-legged pullback, A, B, C. And it's a second entry short, and I'm not gonna go short here, that's for sure. When you have a strong uptrend like this, you're not trying to go short, right? Small pullback bull trend. You're just sitting on your pause at the moment and waiting for some more direction, right? Some more clarity before going short or long here. What we do have here is a, you can consider this many things, but you can say breakup trend here, new high, looking for a reversal here, trap trade near the 20 EMA. At this point, right, we're in an uptrend, and we cannot trade against this unless we see, right, a trap at this point, a trap at the 20 EMA. That is a perfect scalp trap here. You could have a two-legged pullback forming here, A, B, C, something like this. I would like it to be close to the 20 EMA. That'd be nice. But we do have breakup trend new high already. So actually, what we're looking for is a trap trade off the 20 EMA. Let's see if we get it. I don't know if we're going to get it though, pandas. I mean, that already made a point there. That makes a point, that makes a point. On the 10K chart, we have a potential trap forming here. Potential trap, but I don't know if that trap is going to... Potential trap on the 10K chart to go higher. I'm still looking for new low, pandas, right? We're looking for a new low still. Right, on the big time frame chart, right? So, okay, that breaks. Looking for a new low. Looking for a trap trade here, pandas. That's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking to go short right now, pandas. I'm looking for a trap trade to the downside right now, right? Because we had breakup trend new high. Let's see if we get that trap trade here. Greater than 90% probability if this does give us a second entry to the trap. The market's being stingy. It's not giving us that second entry though. Look at that. Missed it by 2 ticks. It didn't give us that second entry. Doesn't want to give it to us. Might give it to us here. Let's see. Doesn't give it to us here yet. Almost. Micro double top. Market's being stingy. There it is. So we have a trap trade to the downside. I'm going to try to trade this trap trade here. See if we can go a little bit lower on this trap trade. Trap trade is gone. No trap trade. That's just a simple two-leg pullback on an uptrend right now. I was hesitant. I was honestly hesitant. Break up trend, new high. We could be looking for measure move now. Some sort of measure move. Who knows? Could be looking for measure move like this now. Coming near the 240 SMA. This is a very volatile market. So I'm going to be talking a lot. And hopefully you guys can catch up here. We have, or keep up here. We have multiple bull bars in a row. Let's see if we can make a new high here. Because you can consider this break a trend. But I typically like a moving average gap here like this, right? Moving average gaps like this. I like the moving average gaps. That simply just means once it breaks across the 20 or the 20 EMA, there's a gap between the lows here, the extremes, and the moving average, right? There's a gap here, extremes, moving average here. Ooh, I mean, I would like to go short here actually. I mean, any opportunity to go short, I'm actually looking forward to go short. The 5 minute looking a little wonky, right? This is the first 5 minute candle. Look how wonky it looks. In my opinion, the market's just trying to make a decision which way it wants to go. Oh man, I do want to go short here, pandas. Top of the trading range. I may want to go short here again. But breaking above, right, with the moving average gap, I do want to go short here again, the pandas. Let's see what happens. Willing to lose this again. We have a lower high, second entry, top of the trading range. The only thing I don't like is above the 20 EMA here. This is now above the 20 EMA. For trading above the 20 EMA, if we could have a major trend reversal here, but I like the short here, right, for another short. Lower high, second entry. Let's see if it triggers though. By the way, if you want more information about the indicator, you can check out the official website. The URL on the bottom right of your screen. Also in the description below, there's a link to it at www.twoleggedpullback.com. There's a free trial of the indicator. Check it out. We do have the 10K forming trading range here. The 2K chart showing something interesting here. It just triggered another two-legged pullback. We're trading the 10K chart right now though. I'm in this trade. Looking for, I have to look for 2 points again here though, pandas. This is a big risk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 point risk. Let's go, baby. I couldn't even move my... Let's go, baby. I could have got 2 points there, but I didn't. I was trying to calculate if it was worth it. Easy peasy, easy money. Only got 1 point though there, pandas. Could have got 2. I should have looked for 2 for that risk reward. And top of the channel, right? Lower high setup. I'm loving the volatility though, but just pandas, look at this, right? Even though on a super strong downtrend, on the 10K chart, you have see 0 traps. Right? Every single one of these pullbacks have been more than a point, right? Every single of these. Just because the pure volatility of the market right now, right? It doesn't matter, right? Every second entry is making us a point because the volatility is so strong, right? So the 10K chart, every single two-legged pullback, right? All these are color numbers here, right? Dark green, dark red numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 second entries making a point. That's $5,000 around. Or sorry, that's about $2,500. Again, most likely. I mean, I'm gonna take the trap here. If this traps, I'm taking the trap here for sure. But this is a second entry, two-legged pullback off the 10K chart. If this traps to the downside, I'm taking it, pandas. I'm really liking the 10K chart right now, just because it's so volatile. I'm liking the 10K. Hey, that actually makes a point. Incredible. Every single second, that's 10 second entries in a row that has made a point. That's $2,500 if you're trading 5 contracts each. We gotta adjust the measure move to be over here. I doubt this measure move will be hit just because we make that new low here. But we shall see. We could have something like this, right? With a trend like this, new low. We could look for new we could look for that new low, and that could be the reversal here. But who knows, pandas? This is getting kind of choppy at the moment, to be honest. But we do have a measure move here potentially. Need to adjust it because we need that new low here. I don't think we're gonna make it though, pandas. I don't know. We shall see, but I'm not sure if we're gonna make that measure move. Bulls want to see this measure move. I think bears are just waiting for another pullback. The 5-minute chart now showing strong bull bar. I'm looking for opening reversal. Like I don't know. We shall see. We could have. I'm thinking trading range day today, but also if you want to know what time frame I'm using, look at the top right of my screen. The top right of my screen shows the tick frame or time frame. By the way, I do have to take a small break kind of soon, but oh yeah. While this is forming here, pandas, I'm not looking for a long entry at all. I'm looking for a short entry, and only from a trap here. I can set on the indicator to give us a warning. Let's see here. I'm going to set on the indicator to give us a small alert if we have a trap forming here about 2 points away. If we have a trap 2 points away, I'm going to put a small alarm here for us so we can see it. I should put the alarms on the 10K chart, to be honest, because when there's a trap on the 10K, it's just like I just almost want to take it almost every time. So we do have a trap trade to the upside. I'm looking for a trap trade to the downside, and that probably triggered the alarm there because we had that trap trade up here. I'm not looking to go long though, pandas. If this fails, I actually want to go short. This trap triggers and fails. Actually, that might be distracting. I'm gonna put a alert on the 10K chart. I want to know there's a trap on the 10K whenever it does happen. We do have a trap trade here, pandas. We are in uptrend, right? No matter what you think right now, we are in an uptrend. You know, when it comes to price action, right? Like just day trading, this is currently an uptrend. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to take that trap. I was looking for a failed trap there to enter short, but it didn't even do it. It gave me a ledge here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, micro quint top. By the way, pandas, the trade I took over the night session, I could have done a lot more, but obviously I'm not gonna stay up all night. I'm a human being. But I actually traded the where the 2K. It was around here, and I saw this big move down, and I took this first entry. Actually, I was so eager. Right? I took this first entry here, and it actually reversed on me, and I actually scaled in one more time right here, and I just came out with a couple $100. And so came out with a couple hundred there. So I came out with $500, $600 off that trade. By the way, pandas, I do need to put us on mute for a little bit. Put myself on mute. I'll be right back, pandas. I'm back. Sorry, pandas. Sorry. Had some business I had to attend to. Wow, we still got 143 concurrent viewers. Maybe that's what my stream should just be. I just turn it on, I just leave. See how long you guys stay. Something interesting just happened here, pandas. We did not make that measure move. We missed it. The 240 SMA acting as a strong resistance here, pandas. Hope you guys got a couple scalps here. Every single trap on the short side have been making points, as you can see, and I think that's a safe bet, right? Any trap to the downside right now, pretty good bet right now. This H4 does reverse, creates the strongest reversal so far, I think. The H4 here, but then we got an L4 right back at it, right? 4 pushes down, then 4 pushes up. Now it's reversing here. In my opinion, we can be in a trading range day to day, and the reason why is because I feel like the overnight session, the move was already done. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing when it makes these big moves, is because once the move is done, you kind of get these choppy days like this. So actually today, if I were to, look at this, I would say this is choppy. But I'm back, Panda. Sorry, I had to leave, but good to be back. Hey, Pandas. Welcome to the stream. Maybe I should just welcome myself. You guys been here longer than I have. Let's go, baby. We do have a two-legged move here. It's an outside bar reversal, though. A, B, C. I'm Bye Money. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day today, as you can see. 1,437. Hey, I hope everyone had a smooth transition if you're a Ninja Trader. If you are a Ninja Trader, you probably have noticed that your account has changed, and you should be on a new account now. Ninja Trader has started their own brokerage, which is, I think, awesome for Ninja Trader. I mean, that's a good move on their part. They're going to collect the fees. They're the ones going to collect all this extra money, and that's a genius move on Ninja Trader's part, in my opinion. Two-legged pullback, bottom of the trading range. I'm looking for a trap trade here to go short, pandas. I still am looking for that new low on the 10K chart. See, we broke the new high, right? Sorry, we broke the trend. Now we're looking for a new low right here. I'm looking for that new low, pandas. Hopefully, maybe hit the bottom of the trading range. Let's see if we get it. Trap trade gone. No trap here. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's making money today. Some people consider this a trap trade here. They will consider this a failed second entry long because of the long wick. Right, fails to actually continue the original trend, quote unquote original trend. Some people would consider this a trap and take this short here for the trap here. I'm not taking it. I'm just gonna be. I really like the 10K chart right now, pandas. The 10K chart. Every second entry has been just beautiful, right? Nice, right? Every single second entry so far on a 10K has been successful for a point. Really liking the 10K chart right now. Uriel asks, am I using any automated system? I'm not, sorry. I've been really thinking about a good strategy to implement. I've been kind of in the lab, trying to figure out a good way to trade major trend reversals. The only difficult thing is it's hard to actually automate trend lines. Accurate trend lines you're willing to trust in order to trade off of, and if you're not monitoring it, and it's hard to get to a point where you can do that. And I think really that's pretty difficult. We do have a potential trap trade here. This is a perfect scalp trap. Ooh, I kind of like going short here. I'm kind of tempted to go short here, pandas. I'm going to sit on my pause, though. I'm going to wait for a nice two-legged pullback instead. But this trap does trigger. And it makes a point at the zeros here. Let's see if it makes a point. I'm skipping this trade, but for those who might take that perfect scalp trap. Lo and behold, it's going to make a point Now, absolute scalp. Absolute scalps out. I was thinking about doing that with that. Ooh, reverses immediately. Just bounces right back up. Couldn't even, like, in a blink of an eye, it just reversed about 3 points. Blink of an eye. I'm really liking the 10K chart, pandas. Every single second entry on a 10K chart has been successful for a point so far. It does that reversal, it comes right back down. Looking for a short trade here right now, pandas. But, I mean, you can consider a couple of things here, right? You can consider this break a trend to new low, making a new high. And the only trade you'll take there is basically a trap off the 20 MA, above the 20 MA. But, hard to say. I mean, this looks like we're in a downtrend. The 240 SMA acting as rejection 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Hope everyone's doing well. Lucas asks, what am I trading here? This is the most liquidable, most largest, biggest, baddest market in the world. E-mini futures. It makes crypto look like child's play. The amount of liquidity in this market makes crypto look like child's play. We do have a genuine trap trade here, pandas. Skipping this trade. I might take a failed trap to the long side here, but I'm probably going to sit on my pause here because I honestly think this is too choppy right now. Right, we have so many overlapping bars. It's hard for me to tell what's going to happen, even though most likely we're going to go down, but it's just hard to tell. Like, I want that greater than 90% probability trade here. It does make the perfect scalp. Very nice for those who are short. And still not an absolute scalp. You might be trapped right now still. Ooh, that trap fails, pandas. It's a failed trap. Going to the long side now. As you can see, we're making two-leg pullback. A, B, C. Ooh, come back down. Another push down here. That fails. That second entry fails. The current downtrend from 845. Am I worried about it? Not on the 2K time frame. 2K time frame. I'm trading the 2K as a 2K. The 10K I am. The 10K I'm thinking a new low. We're thinking of making a new low here on the 10K chart. 2K chart, I'm just trading these trends as they are forming. Right, this is a downtrend. Someone asked, am I worried about the big drop? And like I said, on these big drops, a big move has already happened in the Globex session. So what we're getting is, you know, the kind of sputtering out of the what already had, you know, finished, which could lead to a trading range day today. So I'm not really worried about that trend. I'm just worried about the setups right now, what we have in the short term. If I was trading a bigger time frame, then I would worry about the bigger trend. So that's why in the 10K chart, I am looking for a new low here. Does trap again to the downside. If this fails, I mean, we could look for a reversal here, pandas. This is two traps failing right now on the downside, pandas. Very interesting. Currently failing two traps to the downside. It's just too choppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars. Even though most likely we're gonna go down, right? And even though we have these traps, it's just too choppy for me, pandas, and it makes it more 50-50 the more sideways it gets. So I'm sitting on my pause. Even on hindsight bias, if this shoots down, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I knew it. Look, I knew it." It doesn't matter because we don't have hindsight bias. We don't have the benefit of that. All we have is the charts right now, and what we see right now is pure choppiness. Right? When we see this, it's choppy. We're just sitting on our pause. Bottom of the trading range updates to down here. Still well below the 20 MA. I'm still thinking we're downtrend, but. And then when it actually fails, our brains, for some reason, it does not record that. It's not as strong. Like, we're like, oh, we actually made a good decision not to go short on that trap because it just trapped the trap. That trap is trapped right now. And you'd be sweating and comes back up like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 currently failed breakdowns right now. Just sitting on a pause too sideways for me to make any move right now. Even though most likely we're in a downtrend, still too choppy for me. And you got to consider the price action here. Right? It's so choppy going downwards. I'm not too confident on this downtrend. Right? Too many overlapping bars, too many wicks. The downtrend is not as strong as a breakout. Right? This is not a breakout right now. On the 10K chart, it just looks like this. In fact, it's probably going to make a point on this second entry because every second entry so far in 10K chart has made a point. So it's very choppy, even though that does make a point for you. Still too choppy. Bernadette Addison asks, would you consider the two-legged pullback to be similar to the 1-2-3 pattern? I never call it the 1-2-3 pattern. I always call it the ABC pattern, but it sounds like it's very similar. It's no secret, right? The two-legged pullback. This pattern here is no secret. It can't be trademarked, can't be copyrighted. This is just the natural movement of the market. And when we see this pattern in the right context, we can see, the market has made its move, right? The market has made its two-legged move. And you call it an ABC pattern. It's an Elliott wave. I don't know. It could be a 1, 2, 3. I don't know. It's as old as the market itself, this pattern here. And we're making nothing new. We're just mastering this one setup, to the point where we can actually become profitable. It's it's not magic, pandas. Two-legged pullback is not magic. Truly is not. It's actually common sense. Very common sense. Like I said, most likely downtrend, but too choppy for me to actually enter this trade. Right, when we have the trading range indicator starting to mark the bottom of the trading range like this, it's a little hard for me to be confident. But now we're starting to break down here. Let's see how he reacts. We need follow through. We need some follow through. Currently no follow through. This is a 2,000 tick chart. Look at the top right of your screen to know. Falcon 1 asks, what's hindsight bias? I don't know if you're joking or not, but yeah. Woo! Do you see that? You see how fast that moved up? Bottom of the trading range. This market is just jolty, very jolty. We actually made the second entry on the 10K chart. Most likely gonna make a point. Pandas, I know it sounds crazy, but most likely this is gonna make a point. And if it doesn't, if the trap's down to the downside, I'm taking the trap to the downside. But most likely we'll make a point to the upside. It's just the 10K chart, that's what it's been doing. Right, hits a perfect scalp at the zeros. If the trap's here, I'm taking the trap on the 10K chart. Super volatile days like this, I like to actually trade the 10K chart more than the 2K chart. I mean, this is very choppy, right? When you see this choppiness, this is why I wasn't confident to go short, because I knew this could happen. Right? This spike up like this. There's still 7,000 more ticks on this candle. It's far from being over. Let's let it finish out. Pandas, remember, we're looking for a new low though still, pandas. Right? We got the breakup trend. We're looking for the new low now, right? This is the first breakup trend here. Looking for a new low. That's what's common going to happen before we're thinking to go long. So waiting for this to play out here. It's coming right back up. Looks like it's about the perfect scalp. Yeah, it looks like definitely a perfect scalp. Pandas, it makes an absolute scalp on the 10K chart. Every single two-legged pullback on the 10K chart has made a point. That's why I'm loving the 10K chart right now. Potential trap trade here to the long side. A, B, C, but we need the second entry short to fail. I'm not sure if we're gonna get. We're coming right back to the top of the trading range. Pandas, trading range indicator again showing us accurately that we were in a Most of you guys thought most likely super strong downtrend, but what actually happened, trading range, right? We can see with the price action, trading range, even the trading range indicator, right, can recognize this, and now it's recognizing, probably come back to the top of the trading range here. If we get a trap to the long side, I'll consider it. Currently, right, the second entry has not triggered. We need it to trigger. A, B, C makes less than a point this way, and then we're trying to go long here just to scalp out a point. We just want 1 point off that. We can make a nice. Ooh, we might have a 2K day today on stream. Let's go, baby. Right, it's triggering the second entry short. We're looking for the trap trade now, as you can see with the magenta box here. Magenta box showing us a trap. Let's see if we get it. Not sure if the market's gonna give us a trap here. Ooh, the 10K chart bouncing off the 20 MA. I don't know if you want to trade long into that. You got to consider all these things. I mean, the 10K chart is not on your side to go long here. The trap trade though, right? New low, break a trend, break above the 20 MA. Potential trap trade here, pandas. I don't like to go long here because we had that overhead resistance on the 10K chart. I'm trading only 2 contracts here, pandas. I don't feel confident here. I'm with 2 contracts and maybe let's go 4 points. Let's get to the top. Sorry, let's look at the top of the trading range here. If this does trigger, the 10K chart hitting the 20 EMA almost perfectly. I'm just thinking that's resistance. So I'm trading small here, 2 contracts, because the probability for me has lessened a lot, and so because of that, I'm going to lessen my contracts here. We're going to the top of the trading range because we have small contracts here. We're gonna try to swing this a little bit. Got stopped out. That's what I thought. That trap would fail because we hit that 20 EMA here. Failed trap. We lost a little bit there. We lost about 1, 2, 3 points there. Ooh, kind of want to go short here now. Sitting on my pause. That trap trade fails, right? But I only trade 2 contracts. 1, 2, 3 points. Yeah, lost 3 points. There, $300. It's all good, pandas. That's why I wanted to trade small. I knew it would stop me out like that. Knew it would stop me out. Ends up coming up to make the point now. Looking for the top of the trading range. Stopped me out perfectly. Now it's coming up. Unfortunate though, pandas. It's all good. You know, I had the right idea, wrong timing. And wrong timing means bad trade. So I'll admit it. Bad trade. Oh, I mean, bad trade, but you know, the trap trade, right? We have the major trend reversal. Just happens to happen after a 2-legged pullback instead, and another trap. It wanted to just knock us out, right? With that 2 contracts. It's all good though. And guess, lo and behold, where does it go? To the top of the trading range on the trading range indicator. Also corresponding to the 240 SMA here. You see that spike here? Failed to break out even higher. Hitting the top of the trading range, most likely come back to the bottom trading range. We'll see. But that's the trade I wanted. I wanted this top of the trading range here, but fortunately it wanted to stop us out though, pandas. That's unfortunate though. I wanted that trap trade. It looked good. Sometimes happens though. It's all good, pandas. If you see a good setup, you gotta take it. Hope everyone's trading well. If you see a good setup, you gotta take it. But you can tell I felt a little hesitant. That's why I lowered my contract size. I felt a little hesitant about that one. I had a little reservation. Top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range. I would say right now the 5-minute is very wonky. Wow, the 5-minute. We've only had 1 2-legged pullback here on the 5-minute. Guess we had this, but I mean really this one is the only one that really is formed. This is looking very, very wonky on the 5-minute. Right, we're looking at the 5-minute, you wouldn't be able to tell a lot of price action has already happened. Top of the trading range, right? For those who thought we're just on a forever downtrend, remember when I started seeing this choppiness, what I said probably come back to the top of the trading range, right? We're in a trading range, so That's what I was expecting for the trap to hit the top of the training range, but actually just stopped us out and then finally made the move. Unfortunately, it's all good, pandas. Moving on. Moving on. Still, I thought it was a good setup. This trap bouncing on top of here. I'm looking for a trap trade to the downside now, if I can get it. I'm not going to take this long here. I'm going to take a trap to the downside if it triggers. And this one I'll be trading 5 contracts. The market's being stingy. Didn't give us our second entry long to trade the trap against. So it's being stingy right now. There it is. Give us a trap. Give us a trap. Looking for the trap to the downside. Trading this trap if it comes down. Just for a point, just for a scalp here. Let's see if we get a trap to the downside here. Thinking break of trend. Probably looking for a new high. Trap gone. No longer interested. Yeah, break of trend. Maybe possibly looking for a new high here. Possibly new high, break of trend, new high. Absolutely incredible. Again, the 10K chart makes another 2-legged pullback, second entry, makes more than a point. 10K is just looking beautiful. I almost want to trade the 10K exclusively today. New high just made. Looking for a trap trade now to the downside. Let's see if we can get it. You can risk this, and I wouldn't beat you up for that if you went short here. But you have to do swing trading if you want to do that, in my opinion. The low probability, but good risk reward if you're to go short here. You have to swing this, in my opinion, to the bottom of the trading range in order for that risk and probability, right? That risk reward and that probability to be worth it. In my opinion, you need to go short down to the bottom of the trading range if you're going to go short here. I would lower my contract sizes as well because the probability drastically decreases. Just watching here, just watching. Does make a nice scalp here. 5 minutes, just looking wonky. 5 minute has not done anything pretty much. Trading range day today, as I mentioned. Could have a lower high setup here, also wouldn't beat you up for this one, but you need to swing that if you take the lower high setup. May consider the lower high setup here. Again, 2 contracts. I hate outside bar reversals, skipping this trade. I really don't like outside bar reversals. Skipping this one. My only other setup right now is a trap trade to the downside. We have an A, B, C pattern, and then if we go like this, I'm looking to go short here. Outside bar reversal, that's why I hate them. Interesting. I'm still waiting for a new low on the 10K chart. The 10K chart, first break of trend, I'm waiting for that new low still. I think it's going to happen. I do have a feeling it's going to happen. Lower high setup here, right, with a 2, dark red 2. Only trade I'm looking for now is a magenta box to the short side. That's what I'm looking for to go short. Let's see if we get it. That would be very nice if we can get that. Basically, be also a failed trap here. Hey, make sure you guys scalp that like button. Also subscribe, man. I do this absolutely for free every day. I start the stream at 9 a.m. every single day just to go over some pre-market, just to say my good mornings. Right? I want to get to know the community a little bit better because I know when the trade starts, when the trading starts, it's pretty non-stop like it is right now. So we do have a two-legged pullback potential trap trade here. I'm looking to go short on this trap, pandas. Top of the trading range. Let's see if we can get the trap trade here. Even though it's above the 20 MA, I still like this trap. I like where it's at in the context, or the trading range context. I almost want to trade the outside bar reversal here. Planning to take the outside bar reversal even here. This is 5 contracts now. I might swing this a little bit. Ooh, okay. I want to swing this a little bit here. Let's see if we get anything good. See if we get a good swing trade here, pandas. Trap at the top of the trading range. I'll take my 2 points. $500 there. I could have maybe swung it to the bottom of the trading range, but I'm a scalper, pandas. I'm a scalper. And if I had a runner, I'll probably scalp out and then run the rest. But the way I'm formatting my trades right now is simple. By the way, let's go, baby! How can I forget? Let's go, baby! Easy peasy, easy money, pandas. Pandas, 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 pandas. Guess where it's going? To the bottom of the trading range. I was thinking about keeping it down there and have a nice like $2,000 trade right there. But pandas... That's the... If I had a runner, I think I would do it, but because I'm trading 5 contracts, if I switch to 2 contracts on that, I would have probably swung it. Like I was gonna swing it, this go high up to the top of the trading range, but coming back to the bottom of the trading range, pandas. You think the trading range indicator is not helpful? I mean, when you see days like this, you'll be surprised how accurate the trading range indicator can be, based purely on price action. So if I did have 2 contracts, I probably would have held this to the bottom trading range. But because I had 5 contracts, I thought 2 points were good. Make up for that lost trade I had here, plus a little bit more. But definitely that would have been a nice trade, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points already. We talk about 6 points. What is that? It's over $1,000 trade. It's about $1,500 trade. $1,500 trade right there. And we're talking seriously, I mean, I love the volatility today. But we're talking literally about, oh, pandas. Pandas. Do like a pullback on the 10K chart. I didn't even see this. But, I mean, actually, I was able to end up getting into that trade through the trap. But, man, if I saw this, I would have doubled up. I would have doubled up my contracts. 10 contracts. Oh, I didn't realize I missed it on the 10K chart. Oh, it's okay. It's all good, pandas. Hey, plenty more where that came from. At the 10K chart, every single 2-legged pullback right now on the 10K chart has been successful for a point. Absolutely incredible. I'm still looking for that new low on the 10K chart. Still trying to look for a break of this low here. You didn't think it was possible when we're up here. You're saying, oh, this is going to be a forever uptrend. Look where we are now, coming back to the bottom trading range. Jay, sorry, your things are getting blocked. I'm not trying to block you. That's just the night bot. I think you're just repeating things. Man, I'm liking this volatility, pandas. Almost to the bottom of the trading range. Let's go, baby. Richard Harris asks, Panda, do you get your messages on your website? Yeah, the emails, I get forwarded every single email, so if you want to contact me, you can contact me through the email available on the website. J80, we can see your comments now, but a couple of your comments got deleted, I think, because you had too many repeating things. Sorry, pandas. I've been neglecting my pandas here. Let me go over some of your chats. I've been too focused on charts. The movements are just so beautiful right now. Coming to the bottom of the trading range. We hit the bottom of the trading range to the top, to the bottom. Those people who think the trading range indicator is not helpful, just let it speak for itself. I don't even have to speak for it. The trading range indicator, using pure price action to identify these trading ranges. I couldn't do it better myself. Still looking for that new low on the 10K chart. That's what we're waiting for at the moment, at least for me. You know, if you're ever going to consider going long, I would first wait for the new low on the 10K chart. But, I mean, we're bouncing on the bottom trading range now. I'm pretty sure we're going to make that new low soon. Sorry, the new low is actually way over here. A little misleading. This is the new low. Actually, the new low... Yeah, the 10K chart new low is down here. But the 2K chart, you can see it's doing its own stuff, right? Like price action here, right? Break a trend, top of the trading range, 240 SMA. Also, trap right to the top side, coming back to the bottom, and I traded that. I got 2 points from that. I could have got more, but you know, I had in the bottom trading range my original target, but I was swinging too much, right? For my style of trading, I'm trading 5 contracts, and if I were to trade 5 contracts, and if I were to swing, you know, that to me is a little too risky. So for me, the reason why it's risky, even though I'm risking the same risk reward, the reason why I'm saying it's risky is because most people forget that every trade comes with risk reward, and the third thing, probability. And for the trade to come all the way from here to the bottom of the trading range, right? When you're talking about this much movement, you know, the probability drastically decreases. And so you're talking about from 90% to like 40%. You know, that's how big the change is. You know, we're talking about you know, you're losing about 50% probability thinking that I want to swing this instead of scalping it. Right? Scalping is quick, easy, and happens in a matter of seconds. And so that's about the 90% probability, right? This reversal here, top of the trading range, and now, when you say you want to swing it, you're talking about, you know, how many more points? Right? You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more points, adding or doubling your reward. And by doing so, you need to change. You need to adjust your contract sizes, because now you have introduced probability, making that trade a lot more risky. Not risky in the sense it's bad risk reward, but risky as a sense you just drastically dropped your probability, so making that trade a lot riskier, and hence you need to adjust your contract sizes. And for me, 2 is just rounding down, so I just trade about half, and I'm willing to lose it because I'm expecting to get a lot more, but I'm willing to lose it. So, but I didn't adjust my contract size. I just scalped that right there. It is what it is. I'm happy with that. Scalping 2 points with 5 contracts, it's like scalping, 2 points, $500. Scalping 5 points with 2 contracts. So that's, I basically had like a 5-point move with 2 contracts, which is not bad. Let me go over some of your chats here. Sorry, I've been neglecting you guys. Let's see if you guys are talking about anything other than the chart itself, because anything I'm reading now is probably outdated. Batty says, do you have any tips on keeping emotions in check during trades? I've blown 3 accounts because of that. Don't want it to keep happening. Man, I mean, patience, temperament, these things are all virtues, which means these are things that cannot be taught. I cannot teach you it, like math. Math is something that you can be taught. Virtues must be, really, must be earned, or, I don't know. It must be grown. It's not something you just learn like knowledge. It's, these things are virtues, and so hard to, other than thinking, couple things, right? First thing you gotta know the setup. You gotta know the setup well enough to know if you're in a bad trade. That's the only thing really that's going to keep you in check, because you have something to keep you in check against. Now, if you do have a good setup, a good system, say you're trading the 2-legged pullback. If you have learned the system well, and you're still finding yourself too emotional about trades, in my opinion, maybe you're trading too much. You're trading too much money at one time, which will make you, Al Brooks will always say, trade your I don't care size. For me, my I don't care size is 5 contracts. And when I say I don't care, is if I do lose the trade, I don't care. That is what it is, and I'm willing to lose it. You gotta trade your I don't care. So you gotta be willing to trade to a point where you don't care if you lose that trade, according to however you set the trade. For our strategy, we just do 1 tick above the signal bar, or sometimes I even do 4 points. And so, how do you keep your emotions in check? This is something not for everyone, but as a Christian personally, money, the reason why this is so emotional is because it's all has to do with money. At the end, I'm not trading to make the money. At the end, I'm trading a system, right? I'm not looking for a certain price target. I'm not trying to do these things. At the end product, I do get money, but right now I'm actually just focused on the system. And as a Christian, to separate the money from this, it does help me a lot. And I'm not saying you have to be Christian to do that, but for me, idolizing money, these things I don't care at the end, right? This is just nice money to have on the side. If it does well, then it does well. But if it doesn't, it's okay. I'm okay with leaving it. And so, it is what it is. It's just money at the end. And if you're trading so much where you're actually can hurt yourself with the money you lose, right? You're not trading your disposable income. Then I'll say you should take a step back and not trade, right? You should wait till you have enough wealth accumulated so you can trade to a point where it doesn't hurt yourself, because this is very risky stuff. Very risky to trade futures. Highly leveraged product. I don't know what else to say. Other than that, experience. You just gotta lose enough to realize you hate losing, more than you being impatient or whatever. You know, it's a life lesson, really. Everyone's different in that regard. Everyone has different temperaments. You know, maybe at the end, scalping's not for you. You know, if you realize like you're just blowing too many counts, scalping just might not be for you. You might want to look for a different strategy. You might not want to do trading altogether. You know, I don't know, but it just might not be for you. Sorry, kind of got long on that. That was actually a decent question. I'm not saying your questions are bad, but everyone's just kind of making comments right now. I'm just going through the chats, trying to see if there's anything I can answer here. Any actual questions? Top to the trading range, bottom of the trading range. Probably back to the top of the trading. We got a trap here. I missed this trap because I was talking too much, but that is another trap trade here. I mean, you do have this very short-term trend line, and this one to me is very subjective. Like I wouldn't really like consider this, but only thing I'll consider is the fact that we're in the bottom trading range, and we made a trap. You know, after hitting the bottom, and that works oftentimes. And when you come to the bottom, and we have a trap to the upside, you can usually scalp out. I'm looking for the 5-minute trade here, pandas, to go short. I do want to go short on the 5-minute here. If we get a two-legged pullback forming here on the 5-minute, A, B, C. We have the 5-minute chart here, giving us a two-legged pullback. Looking for the new low still here. Break a trend. We've got 4 more minutes on that candle. I'll come back to it around the time it's near the end. One guy said he bought the indicator for trading range, but it looked different. You might need to reload your historical charts. It's completely based on your chart, right? It actually uses price action on the chart that you see in front of you. And so if your historical charts are different or if your candles are different, pandas, the two-legged pullback triggered on the 5-minute and it just is on a terrible signal bar. Cannot go short here, but in my opinion, it's looking for a new low. So we can trade this, but that's huge risk. In some choppiness, bad signal bar, skipping this trade, even though most likely it'll give you a point, in my opinion. So most likely give you a point, at least a point here. I mean, you have to go for 2 to 3 points here because of the risk you have here. But, you know, for me, that's just, you know, most likely give you a point. It's terrible signal bar. Gives you a perfect scalp already and absolute scalp. So it gives you that point on the two-legged pullback on the 5-minute chart. Terrible signal bar. I just wish I had a better signal bar than that. It's bad timing there. It is what it is. Coming back to the bottom trading range. Looking for that new low. Lee 881888 says best trade I've personally made. 6 points off the 240 short. Let's go, baby. Well played, well played. Rashid, I mean, I use the settings default. My settings are all default for the trading range indicator. So on the 2K chart, make sure if your candles look different than mine, it's going to be different. But make sure you have all the default settings. Yeah, Mike Carroll says revenge trading is a sneaky emotion, and oftentimes we lose sight of what we're trying to do because we revenge trade. We want to trade, more aggressively, and we go on tilt, or These things, in my opinion, if you go on tilt 2 or 3 times and blow in your account, look back, reflect, and figure out what made you go on tilt and what are the signs that you do, right? That kind of signal you're about to go on tilt. Are you trading way more than you should? Right? Are you hoping for prayer? I don't know. Only you know personally what you do. By the way, guys, if you want to know more information about the trading range indicator, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. If you want more information about the two-legged pullback indicator, you can check out the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. By the way, there's also a free tick counter, a free floating tick counter indicator for you guys, so you guys can trade with the tick counter right next to your candles. And yeah, there's a free trial available for the two-legged pullback. Check it out, try it out. Also, make sure you guys scalp that like button. I do this absolutely for free. And so if you guys want to support the channel, scalping that like button not only helps this channel, but helps other people find this content even quicker, right? The YouTube algorithm. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I'm looking at the analytics, and we have about 40% of you guys not subscribed, but joining the channel, like joining the streams every day. And so if you guys could subscribe, that helps this channel out a lot. Because the YouTube algorithm first, checks subscribers and their engagement to the content, and based on that, it will decide to propagate the content to other people in the recommended list or, searching and things like that. So please, if you guys can subscribe, also make sure you scalp that like button. Hey, $1,612, not too shabby. I hope everyone is doing well. Trade safe, everybody. And as always, hey, tomorrow I'll see you guys bright and early. Make sure you guys join us at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I do the daily chart review, right? So after off stream, I'll take a couple more trades. If I do, I'll let you guys know in the daily chart review. And I do that for the beginning part of the stream. And so come at 9, and have a good time. We like to talk, chat. That's the time where I can talk the most and answer most questions at that time. Because I'm most free, and right at 9:30 it's go time. I'm just doing price action. I'm just reading bar by bar for you guys, and so make sure you guys come a little early if you guys want to have questions or chit chat. I typically can do it more in the morning session, but other than that, hey, as always, happy trading. God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow bright and early.